who's kind of stunning. A pledge from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as voters head to the polls today, saying no Palestinian state would be established on his watch if re-elected. That goes against the White House's goals for the region and raises new questions about a report that claims the administration may have helped boost Netanyahu's opponent. Joining us right now is Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who's, of course, a war veteran. Your reaction to our possible State Department funding of an organization that would have pushed for the opponent, the opposition party to Benjamin Netanyahu, Congressman?
Well, look, if there's truth to this, and we have reason to believe it definitely warrants investigation, this is a huge issue. I mean, I don't know, at least of overtly before, the U.S. government has ever funded an organization that funded a subsidiary whose sole purpose was to overthrow an elected government of an ally, of a friend. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu's not a major opponent of the United States. He's a friend of the United States. The Israeli people are friends. If, in fact, this is true that the State Department, I mean, money's fungible. So money was given to this group, One Voice, and they gave money to the subsidiary Victory 15, whose sole purpose stated is to overthrow or diselect the current government. This is a big, huge deal and warrants some deep investigation.
When you travel overseas and talk to other government heads, what governments do you think will be upset if Netanyahu is ousted today?
It's the ones you'd be, some people would be surprised at. Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Kuwait. These are folks that understand the stability, even though there's obviously tension between Israel and the Middle East. They understand the role that Israel plays, and it's a stable democracy, and they appreciate stable democracies. But let's think about this. When Netanyahu came to speak to Congress, the president made a huge deal about the fact that we don't meet with people prior to an election, despite the fact that the president all the time meets with people who never even stand for election. And then to find out that this may be going on is a huge issue.
I just want to bring you to something President Obama said to Vice Media yesterday, and that was essentially something you were intimately involved with, and that's the war in Iraq. You fought there. He says, well, Iraq is ISIS is an outgrowth of al-Qaeda in Iraq, which shows we should aim before we shoot, mocking the reason for the war and what exactly the JV team is. What's your reaction?
This constant blame Bush, I mean, we're 6.5 years into the president's term. I look at when Bush came out of office, the worst you could say at that time was, well, look, we had won the Iraq war, but it was tough getting there. And Afghanistan, we're winning, but it's still a question. Now you look at the world under Barack Obama, and I mean, literally every place around the globe, there's some kind of major conflict that didn't exist. It's like foreign policy has been turned on its head. So the president's blaming President Bush for everything, negotiating with Iran, etc. It's crazy.